Well, what is up, all my Twitch peeps? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. Welcome, 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 everybody on the Twitch side. Appreciate y'all being here. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. Hello, Mickey. Welcome, welcome. What is going on, everybody? This is Oz the Crypto Goat. We are live here on Twitch. And for those of you that are on TikTok, don't forget we are on Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. Make sure you guys come on out and show some support. Appreciate you all. What is going on, everybody? How are we doing today? Henry, thank you for the goats. Jessica, thank you for the lightning bolts. Henry with a corn and the pepper, thank you very much. Man, what an incredible weekend. I am beat tired. I did not get a day off. I did not get a day off. I had 2 days off from the stream. However, my time off was spent building the studio and working around the house and being with the kids. So did not get much time doing that. But it's good to be back. It's good to be here. Let me see here. Check 1, 2. We are having an echo issue. Just a moment. We don't have any. Oh, there's the audio. All right. That's better. Let me see here. Check 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Okay. Dude, you called it again. Yeah, I have those tendencies. I tend to call it, guys. I tend to call it. I don't know how I do it. Maybe I can see the future. Who knows? Is the music too loud? I figured some music would be nice to get the mood going, you know? I figured, you know, we could have a little Monday party. So we got some news to cover today. Today's going to be more of a chill show. We got some price points to go over and a few things. But there's a few couple little issues I need to address. We'll get into that. Um, how's it gonna happen today, up or down? Well, that's a good question. Let me turn down the music, I guess, and let's talk about it. So, I here's the deal. All right, here is the deal. All right, we have this trend right here. Okay, that's our bearish trend line. It probably wants to break down from here. We touched up here and we're moving back down. Um, the question is it more of a diamond top where the trend line's out here and we're going to move up? Or is it more of this descending channel? I think this could be it right here. We could hit here and break down and come down. That still doesn't mean that we couldn't hit, 227, 230. It's making lower highs. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. Um, but this is a channel we have right here, guys. We're in this channel moving downward. Um, the thing is that it is this head and shoulders right here, but it seems like it may break. Um, it may break it. So we have to break above 225 to really break out of that, to push up to like 239. So, for it to be, you know, bullish, I guess, yeah, for it to be bullish and to push, it's going to have to go at least above 226. And that really only leaves room to about 235. That's only like a 10-cent price difference. It seems a little risky to me to be trying to catch that when we are in this channel, and it may want to, do that. So keep that in mind, guys. I know a lot of you guys are FOMOing really hard. My messages have been blowing up like crazy this weekend with all the FOMO because of a little itty bitty pump. And I keep having to reassure you guys to just be calm, wait, be patient. But I want you to know that if we do break past the resistance point here, there's not much room for upward movement. At the most, it would go to like 247. And, if it got like some crazy reversal, it could start wanting to push up to 280 and $3. But those are like a perfect storm situation. It just doesn't seem plausible to me. It doesn't seem like something based in reality. Okay. So keep in mind, guys, that trying to catch this head and shoulders pattern is risky, and it would only move up to 234 if it played out. What about Bitcoin? Is going to see crazy today, up and down, not going anymore. I'm not sure about Bitcoin. This is pretty much an XRP channel. We don't really Bitcoin's just a meme coin in my opinion, but we can take a look at it. Bitcoin looks similar. It looks like an inverted head and shoulders that could possibly move up to 88, 87. But it seems like, we're getting lower lows. Lower highs. This is a channel too here, you know. Bitcoin's showing the same thing. Everything's identical right now. Keep that in mind, guys. Pretty much everything looks the same. Are we still following BTC? I mean, yeah. Everything is identical to Bitcoin right now. Everything is, they all look the same. What happened to Mantra? Oz thoughts. The CEO tanked that company. So Mantra's dead, guys. Mantra is dead. So here's the deal with XRP, guys. And mind you, most everything looks identical. They either... Why it suddenly dropped? There's... What are you talking about? XRP suddenly dropped or Mantra? Do I think it could still go to 150? Yes, I think it's going to go way past there. I think what we'll do is we'll see, you know, 150 to 155, and then a recovery up to like 175, 180, and then back down. But it's Mantra. I guess there's some kind of scandal with the CEO. I'm not too familiar with it, but basically it's dead as far as I know. I don't deal with coins like that. Yeah, it had a big movement. But yeah, I stay away from projects like that. That's why I'm into XRP, because it seems to be an anomaly. Out of everything, it's somewhat moving sideways, but still moving down because there's a big sentiment behind it. So that's why I'm interested in XRP and why we're watching it. But I think what we're seeing is, sell in May, go away. You're supposed to sell in May and go away. And what we're seeing is this previous cycle. We moved sideways up at the top, and we're going to come down. And I think we did something like this where we came down. We could push up and then come down. But more than likely, I think we're more right here. And we'll come down. We'll get another little push, 50% of the way up and then back down. I think it's very, very similar to that. It's just on a much bigger scale. By the way, I don't know why the donations thing keeps popping up so often. I'm going to have the IT guy take a look at that. It's not supposed to do that as often. But donations are appreciated, guys. If you do want to donate to the show, any donations that are sent directly support the show and pay the staff. Much appreciated. Anything that you send. On Friday, 50% of our donations went to Save a Warrior Foundation. So we donated 50% of all of our revenue. Terry Girl, thank you for the 4 roses. Oh, more roses. Thank you very much. Those of you that are on TikTok, thank you for the 5 more roses. If you are on TikTok and you want to engage in the chat, make sure you come on over to Twitch. That's Twitch, Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. No, it is not a bull flag. This is a descending wedge pattern, a diamond top, and a head and shoulders. All are very bearish, but the bull flag, this is a downward channel. This is not a bull flag because it's a straight line at the bottom at the $2 resistance line. So that makes it a descending wedge, and we basically broken through the bottom of it, and we are touching the top of that line and working our way back down. That is B's Group. Yes, we donated 50% of our revenue on Friday to... It's not necessarily B's Group. It is saveawarrior.org. It's helps to support veterans and suicide awareness. What part of why you're doing so good you give them back? Yeah, the whole reason for doing this show is not to really make money, but to help people. And that's the overall goal here, is to help you guys save your pensions, your 401ks, so that way you guys can get in at those proper entry zones and can make that money. Awesome work. I thought he was involved with a support group. He is involved with a support group. I don't know the details on it for sure, but you can check out his Twitch channel. He plays Fortnite a lot, and very nice for the veterans. That means a lot to them. Fully support. Yeah, I try to give back anywhere I can. Even with doing this show, man, I'm not making any money. I've got way more invested than I'll probably ever see back. Maybe one day if this thing grows huge, but it's, you know, it's about, you know, helping out your fellow man and trying to do the right thing. I'm a great guy. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I'm trying my best. You know, I'm just a man. I'm just a human. So, but I'm trying to do my best to help everybody out as best I can. So this is the one day. And guys, remember, if you're on TikTok and you want to engage in the chat, come over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. It's just too much work to try to deal with two chats, so we are leaving TikTok. So if you want to engage in the chat, please come on over to Twitch. So if you're trying to get in at $2, guys, it's risky, okay? It's risky. Yeah, it does kind of look like a Head and Shoulders here. If we go into the 1 hour, it looks even more like a Head and Shoulders here. We kind of, you know, but it could just, you know, see how it just touched the top here? It could make its way over and double top and come right back down. So keep that in mind. All these trades are risky. What we're looking for is smart entry zones, guys. You know, everybody wants to make a quick buck, and that's something I want to address real quick. Okay, guys. I know you guys, you know, you're looking to regain your losses, or, you know, pay your house payment or your car payment or whatever it is you're trying to do. I'm noticing that most of the people that pay for the subscriptions to message me directly and have coaching are looking for a get rich quick, you know, looking for a way to, you know, just print some money, I guess is what I would say. And yes, I am pretty accurate at calling the numbers, and there is some money to be made. However, this show is not really for that. Yes, it can be done, but it's very risky. And remember, when you guys make those trades, you're doing it at your own risk. This is not financial advice. I have no crystal ball where I can predict everything that's happening. What's up, TikTok seller? So I don't know. There's a bull flag, Head and Shoulders, a falling wedge pattern, and a parallel channel. Just crazy. There is no bull flag, dude. That's not a bull flag. It is not a bull flag. So understand, guys, that it's risky, and this is, I've been learning a lot and listening to your lives. Thank you, HD Malicious. I appreciate that. And, you know, the idea is for us to learn, to get better. Hard to predict when you don't know when or what the next tweet will be. Exactly. Just ordered a crystal ball on Amazon. Who knew? Yeah. I was thinking about using the magic 8-ball to answer some of these questions y'all be sending me. Because guys, I don't know. Okay. Yes, I tend to be right pretty much every single day. At the same time, these are risky moves. TikTok seller, thank you for the roses. 13 roses. Thank you very much. And remember, guys, if you are on TikTok, make sure you move over to Twitch if you want to engage in the chat. The chat is available on Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. But guys, I don't have all the answers, okay? And this weekend, my phone, I must have been receiving several hundred messages a day. Some of you, you know who you are, and I'm just teasing you with your paragraphs of a message that are just like 13 paragraphs long. And then some of you with your a zillion questions all in one paragraph. Mind you, if you do want to message me and talk to me, and those of you who are like telling me your life stories and stuff, it's very touching to me, and I'm happy to help you and guide you, and it really does touch my heart to hear all your stories, and I do love that part of this. But those of you who are very demanding of price points and answers that I just don't have the questions to, I need you to understand that I am only a man, and I can only do so much. I'm here to give you whatever information that I can, but I do not have a crystal ball with all the answers. DM when we hit 10K, I'm canceling my sub. I'm still using TikTok for subscriptions and for live. It's not completely going away. Twitch will be for the live stream. Okay, so if you want to engage in the chat during the live and be part of the show during the live, we'll be on Twitch. And then for those of you that want coaching and the daily price points and all that, that will all be on TikTok. So it'll be separated between the two because there's just not a way for Twitch for me to have the same ability to post those types of videos. And I do have like the whispers, but it's a bit of to sort out. As we're doing this transition, we will see how things go. But if you want to have the daily coaching and direct messaging, you got to become a deluxe subscriber on TikTok, guys. I have a few basic subscribers, and they message me and they want answers to questions and things, and they try to message me on the videos that I post. I post the videos, and then they comment on those videos, and they expect a message back, and that's what the DMs is for. And I a lot of those questions I can't even answer the way you want me to answer them. And we did have an issue. I'm not going to name names of who it was, but somebody basically was like, I paid $2 for a subscription, dance for me, monkey. And I'm not a monkey that's going to dance for you. Just because you paid for a $2 subscription doesn't mean that you own me, okay? I do have to have boundaries, and if you want to message me directly, you need to become a deluxe subscriber. If you do want to ask questions on the daily price point videos, you have to be a deluxe subscriber, and I will DM you those answers to those questions. But the boundaries need to be respected, guys. Also, I'm going to be not answering questions on the weekends. I have to take that away because basically I'm not getting any time off. I need like 1 or 2 days just to recharge my batteries. And I'm literally on my days off. I'm in here. I'm, helping with the stage crew, building the studio and telling them what I want and what I need. And I'm on the phone, trying to get different crews out here to build this and do that and all these different things. And I'm working with the IT guy, and I'm making the meme videos, and I'm, reading the charts constantly. And there has to be some kind of structure to where I can have a little bit of me time. And I hope you guys can understand that. I'm not trying to be a certain kind of way or anything, but I need like at least 1 day to just shut it all off, because the demanding messages from people to just telling me to tell them what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you the information so that you can make that decision for yourself. Okay, guys. And, if I do see something on the weekend or whatever, and it's, a special case of something, I'll post a red alert video or something like that. But, I do need to have some time to myself. I'm not even getting that until the studio's built. I'm getting no time to myself. And then on top of it, I'm answering all the questions and everything. And, I do want to help you. I do, but literally hundreds of messages, some paragraphs long, like not just one paragraph, paragraphs of just everything, if you're looking to get your wallet set up or stuff like that, message me during the week. Okay, guys. Weekends, I have to put up a firm boundary, to take care of myself, my mental health, my well-being, my family. So I will be taking the weekends off. Okay. So from now on, I'm Saturday and Sunday are me days. Yeah, the summer dump will be awesome. It will. But I just wanted you guys to know that, and know that I'm not a monkey, okay? Just because you paid a $2 subscription on TikTok doesn't mean that I'm your monkey, okay? I will get to your messages in a timely manner when I can. I do have things that I have to do, and I really don't even have a life, okay? My whole life is this show. And when I'm not doing this show, I'm, going through the news, I'm making memes, I'm making price point videos for you, I'm watching the charts 24/7, and I'm building the studio. So, at least until the studio is built, Saturday and Sunday are my day. Once the studio is built, then, I'll probably do Saturdays or Sundays where you can message me. I'm figuring Sundays maybe, because Sundays is like the dump day, and that's usually a buy-in day. So I'm sure people will want to know those points. But in the meantime, on the weekends, the daily price point videos will have to suffice for you for now, unless it's like some kind of like urgent something, but I don't really see any urgency right now. We're moving sideways, and everyone with their weekend FOMO, guys, y'all need to just cool out. Okay. Just calm down. You know who you are. I'm sure that a lot of you aren't even in the live. A lot of people who are doing that aren't even watching the lives anymore. They're just waiting for the price points to come in and to message me directly and get all the information from me. Yeah, every time I look, it's sideways too. It's not really doing much right now. We're in that $2 zone, guys. $2 is a magnet, okay? And it'll be very hard for us to push up above this line. That's why I think that we're probably not going to fulfill this head and shoulders, and it'll probably be this downward channel because the head and shoulders is a micro pattern. This descending channel is a macro, pattern, and the macro usually overtakes the micro. So I would say this is more or less probably a bull trap. But at the same time, it's kind of like a little bull flag right here. You know, this is a little bitty bull flag. So yeah, it could potentially push us up here to that 230, 240 line. And as you can see along here, it's pushed up above it before. But news, it's going to take news to do that. And I think we're fresh out of good news for now. So keep that in mind. Those trades are very risky. And that's why, everyone has been, they're trying to get me to tell them when to buy in right now and the FOMO and everything. And guys, it's like, I don't see it. I don't see the FOMO. I don't see anything going up. Yeah, there's a small pattern, but it's really probably going to break structure, guys. Danny Gibbons, thank you for the 12 roses. Appreciate it much. And, a lot of people are thinking that right now where we're at, if we do make a head and shoulders here, guys, and we do move up, and this is the shoulder right here that we're forming, okay, that would put us up to 247 instead of 235. And we would somewhat break out of this structure, and we could continue on upward, okay, into much, much bigger numbers. But, the probability of that is low because everything pulls it down into this trend here. Even Trump's crazy news just broke us out the top a little bit, and we fell right back down. Brad Garlinghouse's news that the SEC case was dropped, even though it didn't break us out of it. I think alt season, we're in the middle of it, and we're in the middle of the cool down of alt season. So this is alt season right here, this previous, and we break down in the summer, and then we have another slight push, and then we break down again. You've been waiting for it to drop to 150. I've been waiting for it to drop back to like 20 cents. 50 cents. That's what I'm waiting for. Because probably it'll drop and it'll hit like 155, 150, 148-ish, somewhere here. But it could fall, even lower, especially with like bad tariff news. I could see it hitting 130. But probably not yet. That's probably going to come in May. You remember when it was 110 and never bought? Damn. But you know what, guys? Let me get rid of the ghost, okay? Let me get rid of the ghost and explain something to you so you guys can see, okay? This pump and then it running off here and then pumping again, that's slightly abnormal, not really. But this downtrend is very normal for a bull run, okay? It pumps up here and then it just works its way down slowly all the way to the bottom. That is a classic bull run. Neo, thank you for the lightning bolts. 15 lightning bolts. Thank you very much. And remember, guys, if you are on TikTok, come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. But look, see this right here? This is a classic bull run cycle, what they look like, okay? This is feeding into that same sentiment. You know, they shoot up like this and then they work their way down. Okay. And when they fall hard. Okay. So keep that in mind. If you think that buying in at $2 is where you need to be because you think it's going to $5, that is so unlikely. Yes, it could happen. But it doesn't make any sense. Censored by TikTok. Thank you for the 24 lightning bolts. So just remember, guys, this is classic bull run. Okay. It runs up and then it sells off. And more than likely, we're in alt season right now. So we're going to work our way down here and then we'll move up again and probably hit 280 at the most. I think we'll hit probably 240 or $2. You know what? I think we'll hit $2 on the dot right there. Maybe just over 210. Okay? And that'll be it. And then we'll be on our way back down. And it'll look like a cup and handle. And it may, because if it is a cup and handle, it may shoot up again. But as for right now, this is what we're watching. Okay? Keep that in mind. Okay? Quit FOMOing. Quit worrying because it moved 10 cents, guys. It's it's nerve-wracking to get messages at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning with the crazy nonsense FOMO. I get it. You all are in different time zones and stuff from all over the world. So it's normal time for you, but like, just chill out, guys. Okay. Hello, in for 2 or 3 days. Do you think XRP will pump to 245, 250, then go back down to 190? I think 245 would be the absolute top. But honestly, no, I think if it goes back up again, it's only going to go up to 220 and then come back down. And in the 1 hour chart, we have this. Okay. This is a diamond top, guys. All right. Which means that we should see a move down here to at least the $2 zone, 205, 204 at least. And then it could continue to break down and consolidate. Okay. And if it consolidates right here, what do we have? We have another head and shoulders that could bring us right back down. Okay. And that lines up perfectly with this channel. Okay. So it's a 50-50. This, it looks like it wants to, but at the same time, it was looking bullish. Okay. But look at here. We had this diamond top or diamond bottom right here, and we broke down. Kind of a diamond bottom. I guess not really. But it tried. It tried to be a diamond bottom right here. Okay. This wanted to be a diamond bottom. And it didn't, and it dropped because it, you know, but this is probably more likely that we're going to break down because of this. Now we could hit here again and continue to form the shoulder, but I think the space between this shoulder and this shoulder, it kind of makes it want to form more of a head and shoulders now than anything. And that is within this trend. Okay, guys. We broke away from inverted head and shoulders. I think so. And remember, guys, if you are on TikTok and you want to engage in the chat, I will try to look at your chats, but make sure you guys are on Twitch. That's where you're gonna get that information. Yes, Guinea Marie. Thankfully, maybe. I mean, maybe it does pump, and we know. But if it does break structure and start pumping, it could continue onward. But then it could continue coming back down. But it just seems so risky to be FOMOing in at $2. Just seems ludicrous to me. If you are looking to make this move, the entry point was at 163, just like I told y'all. Okay, and to move up to here and then take your profits and sell off for the ride down. So if you didn't get in at 163 and then you got in at $2, that wasn't the move. Okay, the move is to catch these bottoms here. Okay, not right here. Yeah, we could catch 175 up to $2, and that's a nice little middle right there. You know what I mean? We want to catch those middles, but think when we're already moving up in structure to hit the top, buying in at $2 is just ludicrous. You heard about the Swift announcement and XRP case being over April 16th. Okay. That's all fake news, though. The Swift thing is right here. XRP and Swift partnership rumors. Analyze the facts. Rumors are circulating that the global intern bank network Swift may soon integrate XRP ledger. However, many of the claims about Swift integration are highly overstated. Okay, although Ripple has successfully integrated its network with several major banking partners for cross-border payments, the Swift rumors are currently more based on speculation rather than facts. Yet, if it pans out, the collaboration would be a major achievement for blockchain and TradeFi integration. Okay, yeah, it's clickbait. Exactly. And then the SEC case is on pause for the next 60 days. So nothing's happening with the XRP case for another 60 days. Okay? So y'all chill out. That's why it pumped where it did, okay? Is because of that nonsense. But fake news is short-lived, guys. It only pumps a little bit and then it falls even harder because it's fake. All right. This is probably more likely that we're going to see this. Okay, we got this nice little diamond top right here. Yeah, it should have gone way lower than 163. And I didn't get in at 163 because I was banking on the news, but they used fake news to prop it up. So whatever. You can't catch them all. I made plenty on the big pump to the top, the Trump pump. Okay? So I don't need to make risky moves. Okay, so you think we will pump back to 220 in the next few days, then dump to 170? I think that we're going to drop any moment. And if we do pump up to 220, it'll be a double top and send us back down. But this is a diamond top, and it generally doesn't play out on a Wednesday. Okay, however, we did get a little bit of a Sunday sell-off, but we got a Saturday pump, okay? So the timing is off. So I'm willing to bet that tonight we drop. Yeah, tonight. So if this diamond pattern plays out, expect it to break tonight at 3 a.m. Pacific time. Okay? That's only a couple more hours left. Look at Here's our diamond top. That only gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, maybe a day. Maybe a day. Okay. But yeah, sometime tonight. And it never makes it to the tip of the pattern. It always breaks like right here. So I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours from now, if this does pan out. But this is a classic diamond top, and 9 times out of 10 when I see a diamond top, it plays out. And it falls just as harsh as it moves up. Okay? And if it is, in fact, that diamond top, it could also be a head and shoulders, and then even more into this bearish descending channel. So everything is pointing bearish, guys. Nothing indicates a crazy pump up other than a small fractional indication of a slight pump to 230 that would just barely break us out here and send us back into this pattern. So the FOMO, guys, chill out. Nate with the heart me, thank you very much. So y'all just chill. Chill, please. For the love of God, chill. This is a good take. I'll take into consideration. Yeah. You know, sometimes it's better to lose by a couple points than to lose by a couple dollars. You know, sometimes it's better to cut your losses. But I'm telling you guys right now, these $2 entry zones that you guys are looking for are not, they're not the one, man. Isn't utility going to start driving the price this year? No way. There's no utility until there's regulation, and with regulation comes investigation and so much more. There's so much more that has to happen. There's no utility that's been announced this year. The only utility possibility that they've announced is the ISO 222, and that has nothing to do with crypto. Okay, that is just the banks are moving over to a new system of how they talk to each other on the computer. Okay, these ISO 222 coins, the only thing they do is they communicate within that system. That's it. That does not mean integration. That does not mean anything. Y'all need to chill out, okay? Do you really think that they're going to pump all this stuff now? No, they're going to drive the prices into the ground, completely drain you of your 401ks and pensions, and get you to buy the top. And then once you think that it's all over and the next bull run is in 4 years, that's when it's going to happen. Okay? So calm down. I don't want to risk it. Doesn't seem worth it to me. If you don't catch it, you will lose. Exactly. And let me tell you, Guinea Marie, this is not a good entry zone. This is a gamble zone. Years away, bro. Jason, they are years away. It's not happening. This is just a write-up from regulatory framework in July, right? Regulatory framework got pushed back to August. And mind you, regulation, this is the regulation for all of crypto and the financial institution for the world. Okay, it's not something that they're going to rush. ISO 222 was implemented in 2020, and here we are in 2025. We hit the deadline in March. They pushed it back to July, and then they pushed it back to November. So if you think that all of that is going to happen now, you guys are eating moon cheese, okay? These things take time. What they're playing on is your emotions to get you to FOMO in at these high prices so they can use you as exit liquidity, make you feel like crypto was all a scam, have you jump out of it, and then it'll be too late. Yeah, they're probably going to push it back way further. And that's just the regulation part of it. Then, you know, comes the whole investigation thing. And once they look into Bitcoin and Tether and all that, you think the market's crashing now? Wait till that comes, guys. Wait till they take away all the pump and dump schemes. Regulation's supposed to come in August of 2025. However, I am almost willing to bet that it will get pushed out. But as of right now, the date is like August 16th or something. Bitcoin to $1. No, I think Bitcoin's going to see... Let's look at it here, okay, guys? Check this out. You guys want to see some crazy... everyone says that I'm crazy right now, but if this does happen, this will be the most epic prediction in crypto history. So I want you all to know that you saw it here first, okay? All right. You guys ready? If this pans out, this will be the most epic prediction in crypto history for Bitcoin, okay? And because of what's going on with Bitcoin and Tether, and because of what's happening with crypto and with regulation and all those things, this would be pretty crazy. And it seems likely because look at how it pumped like this straight up in the air and it fell down, and it pumped straight up in the air and it fell down, and it pumped straight up in the air. What happens next? It falls down, okay? Now, mind you, it is kind of lining up with this right here. So here is our second pump up, okay? So it should fall down, okay? And what would happen is it would fall down into this zone right here and consolidate. And when regulation hits, boom, head and shoulders, baby. Gold is also a bubble waiting to pop. It's all a big bubble waiting to pop, guys. Do you really think they're going to give you guys an opportunity to get rich right now? It's called the race to the bottom, guys. It's the race to the bottom. Yes, it's a huge reset. In order for these financial institutions to implement all these things, they have to crash the markets first. Okay? Sorry, I gotta block people. See, I don't have to do this on Twitch, but on TikTok, I have to block people because it's crazy. Yeah, keep buying the dip if you want to. That's up to you guys. I'm just telling you what this is my truth. Okay, this is what I see happening. All right, and y'all can keep buying the dip all you like, but XRP is not going to 10K, guys. $165. We're going to see lower than 165. Yeah, definitely be here with an open mind, guys. That's the idea. But look, we're in this channel, and we have this diamond top right here. So everything's saying we're coming back down. Okay? I'm going to be crying just like the video I saw. Everyone lost 100K and their life savings buying Yo Kool-Aid. Exactly. Quit drinking the Kool-Aid. Quit eating the moon cheese, guys. Wake up and be a smart money investor, okay? Be a smart money investor. Quit buying the dip all the way to the bottom and just wait and buy down here, guys. Just be patient. Just be patient because, you know, you're going to buy the dip all the way down and then it's only going to pump to $2 and then you're going to maybe break even, probably lose a little, and then you're going to hold on so tight because you're like, it's happening, and then you're going to lose it all anyway because then it's going to crash. What's up, Eric? Yeah, it happens with every crypto, guys. Name a random crypto. Name any random crypto right now, and I will show you evidence of this. Every bull cycle. What's up? Yeah, just a random guy. I sold at 3 like 20 and 315, and then I was out. What does altcoin season mean? Altcoin season was something that happened in prior bull cycles, where basically the money would flow into Bitcoin, and then when Bitcoin would crash, the money would flow out of Bitcoin into altcoins. But we kind of already are in meme coin and altcoin season already, because a lot of people have learned from that cycle, and what they did was, instead of jumping into Bitcoin, they jumped ahead into altcoins or meme coins. And what it did was it spread out the liquidity, and there's more projects than there's ever been in crypto. So it seems like we're still waiting for altcoin season. It seems like we're still waiting for meme coin season, but we're actually already in it. We've been in it. And things won't pump like people are expecting them to, because the money is more spread out. It's not that it's more saturated. It's more, the liquidity is more spread out across, it's like, having a small cup of water and turning the faucet on and then shutting it off, and it filling up the cup of water halfway up. And then now, instead of a cup of water, we have a swimming pool. And so we turn on the faucet and shut it off, and it's a giant swimming pool, and it looks like nothing really happened, but it did. What is an alt? An altcoin is anything other than Bitcoin, and a meme coin is a coin that only is like a collector's item, a store of value. It serves no purpose, like Fart Coin. That would be a meme coin. Would be Fart Coin, Haktua Coin. Those are meme coins. Altcoins are like Ethereum, XRP, XLM, Cardano. Those are altcoins, but I consider the ISO 222 projects a classification of their own. They're not really altcoins, they're utility coins. So there is a new sector now of utility coins, and it won't be altcoins, it'll be utility coins that get that utility. That's why XRP pumped like it did when Bitcoin pumped. They pumped simultaneously. Everything's moving simultaneously in unison instead of one after the other. The cycle has changed. Why is Trump so big on Ethereum? What makes you think he's big on Ethereum? Short-term prediction is we're coming down to $2, 205. Yeah, he owns a lot of it, and obviously he's going to say things in good light of the things that they own, because they want to use you as exit liquidity. I mean, look at what he did with Trump coin, guys. He put out Trump coin right before he got in and everything, and people literally thought that Trump coin was going to end up being the US digital currency. It was a meme coin, and it pumped, and you guys made him a lot of money. That's all it did. It was just a pump and dump. You guys got to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Ethereum and, you know, the crypto summit meeting that we saw, what, like a few weeks back? Okay. Ethereum literally stated on stage in front of everyone in the entire world that they do not have the technology to power Ethereum on a global scale. No, I don't think it was the shakeout. It was the informing of those who understand the language that they speak that we were at the top of the cycle. Maybe buyback in July. Yeah. I think we'll get another run up, but it's not going to go up past $3. I think $2 will be the top. We'll probably run down as low as like 75 cents to $1, and then we'll probably pump up to $2, maybe 2.50, and then come back down. You know, there's a lot of very bullish things happening in the crypto world, and the most bullish things people are taking as nothing burgers, and the most nothing burgers people are taking as the most bullish news ever. It's quite crazy to me. I blame a lot of these social media pundits and influencers. That is not a bull flag. That is not a bull flag. This was a bull flag, okay? This was a pennant. Okay, this overall structure, I got to take this away because this is not a bull flag, okay? What this is, guys, is a descending wedge, okay? Because at the $2 mark, we got a flat line. I think it's a little lower. But it's flat on the bottom. It's flat. This is bearish. That's why we dropped below it. But Moon Cheese popped us back up in, and then we'll probably break down even lower. And it's just working its way down. Censored by TikTok. Thank you for the 23 roses. And guys, don't forget, if you are on TikTok and you want to engage in the chat, guys, come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. That's where we're doing the chat. So if you want to chat, you got to come over to Twitch. You're watching on both. Thank you. Appreciate it. How far down? All the way to the bottom. That's how far down. It's going to keep going down and bouncing up and going down and bouncing up. Ah, fine silver is censored. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I'm still learning everybody's new names. So glad to have you on both. But if you do want to engage in the chat, guys, please come over to Twitch. If you guys want to gift and help support the show, you can send donations. Click the link in the chat on Twitch, or you can send it directly to my Cash App or my Venmo. That's Aussie 122 33 504 on Cash App or Venmo. But guys, it could break out here, okay? It could break out. Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. But I don't see anything indicating heavy upward movement yet. And if that sentiment changes, I'll be the first one to tell you. But as of right now, nothing's really changed. We're moving down. Quit FOMOing, okay? Relax, be calm. Let's wait for our new entry zone at like 155, 163. You know, we could come all the way down to like 160, double bottom and come back up. And then that would take us to 235, 240. You know, let's just wait and see. But if we fall lower, you know, we could fall as low as 130. So if you're trying to catch 230 from 215 and it hits all the way down to 130, that is not a good move. Yeah, 231 is a brick. Exactly, guys. Look at this. This is how you know. See these heavy, thick candles right here, all in a line? That's right at 227, 230, okay? There's your resistance right there. It won't even make it to the top of this candle. Feels like it's being held up for one reason or another. I mean, that's because it already pumped. And it's headed back down. The fact that it's been as resilient as it is pretty crazy to me. Okay? It doesn't normally look like this. It should have come down already. Oh, it'll move below $2. Heck yeah, it will. If you think it's not going to go below $2, it's just this little itty bitty diamond pattern that's right here is that $2 move. There's a much bigger macro scale saying that it'll move even more. What's a coin that is still going to pump? I think they're all on their way down. Meme coins. Find a meme coin if you're looking for a quick pump. But I don't do meme coins. That's not the kind of trading that we do, guys. What we do is we wait for smart entry. We get in. We take our profits and we get out. Okay? And we wait for structure change. And then we can get back in. Do you think these bull runs will start to be stretched out longer and longer like this one has? Yeah. I think so. Or they'll be more often. I think they're going to be more often, and each time they pump, they'll hold a little bit of their value. Yeah, I think it'll be more often, but it'll, you know, we'll pump up to $3 and we'll come back down to 75 cents, and then we'll pump up to $3.50 and then we'll come down to $1, and then we'll pump up to $5 and then we'll come down to $1.50 or $2. You know what I mean? That's how it's going to work, and it'll be more often. I'm not convinced that the news will make it pop more. No. I think the only thing that is far as news that we're going to get right now is going to be either fake news, which is small, tiny little pumps that are short-lived that fall off very quickly, or we'll get bad news. We pretty much tapped out on news right now, guys. We're tapped out on news. And remember, you buy the rumor. This is the rumor. You sell the news. Okay, the news will give us little candles and then a big sell-off. Little candle and a big sell-off. No, XRP is not being added to the SWIFT system. We just read that it's fake news. Man, the FOMO is real, guys. And the fact that people listen to nonsense, that is why I factor in the moon cheese, that there's a possibility we could go to 230. Okay? But that is all based off moon cheese and nothing else. What happened to inverted head and shoulders? It could still play out, but for now, you know, we're going to come back down and we could be forming that shoulder. But I don't know. I think the inverted head and shoulders is a risky move to make a 15-cent change that could end up not even panning out. That's the FOMO just in here alone. Imagine everyone else. Yeah. I mean, I get it. And that's why I'm trying to take into consideration. Like, I was literally just watching another guy's TikTok video, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go up to like 250 at least, and then keep going from there." And I'm like, "Have you looked at the charts?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm looking at them. They look good." I was like, "Look at the 1 hour chart," and he's like, "I just looked at the 1 hour chart. It looks good." And he's only looking at this portion of the 1 hour chart. He's like, "Oh yeah, that looks good." I'm like, "Zoom out, dude. That's a diamond top. How does that look good to you?" They're just lying to people, guys. They're all lying to people, and the people that are willing to lie are being propped up. Okay? People like me are being suppressed. People that are willing to lie to people and tell them whatever they want to hear, they're being propped up. So that's why it's more important now than ever for you guys to support the show and keep it going, because we are combating every possible scenario of resistance to keep this show quiet. They will stop at nothing to keep this show quiet. And the reason why they will want to keep the show quiet is because you are their exit liquidity. They need you to keep FOMOing in so that they can make money off you. There's a guy in Asia saying the same as you. I was watching him yesterday. Yeah. People are just finally starting to say what I'm saying. Just finally, it's getting out. But I've been saying this for months, guys. Months. And I was saying it before the show started. Before I started doing the show, and I was on a guest on other people's shows. Like Mega Crypto, I was a guest on his show, and I pointed out the Head and Shoulders on the one day. And because, you know, he was selling moon cheese too, man. Everyone was. And I was like, somebody's got to know about this. You're the only one who tells the truth. Other people say we're bullish. Yeah. Everyone today, right now, because we got this pump up here, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're so bullish. This is a bull flag." This is not a bull flag. It's diamond top. It's clearly a diamond top. Like, it's the most textbook diamond top I've ever seen. And no one else is saying this. I'm literally the only person that I know that is looking at this in the 1 hour. I follow lots of other influencers that are, you know, on the same sentiment as me, and no one else has noticed this pattern. I don't get it. I don't understand why. And I think it's the bias. I think it's people want to believe, you know, craziness. But no one else has noticed this in the 1 hour pattern. Okay. And I posted, you know, the red alert on this hours and hours ago, guys, earlier today. Mega didn't say this. Mega said this. Okay. Mega said that this is a diamond top. Okay. I said it was a Head and Shoulders. He said it was a diamond top. He did say that this is a diamond top, but no one is talking about this tiny diamond top right here. Okay. Credit should be given where credit's due. Mega did say the diamond top first. Okay. However, I told Mega that it was a Head and Shoulders weeks before that. But we have more than just a diamond top here. And I don't even think this is a diamond top, guys. This is not a diamond top. It's a descending wedge pattern, okay? It's this right here. It is not a diamond top, okay? But it is showing a diamond top as well. It's showing a head and shoulders as well. But it's a bear flag, okay? It might break it. I don't think so because it came up here and touched and now it's forming a diamond top right here. So nothing is indicating that it's going to break this. Okay? Credit should be given where credit's due. Diamond, this macro diamond top, that was mega, okay? What I'm talking about is in the 1 hour here, guys. This diamond top is different. No one is saying this right now. You will not find another creator on here saying that there's a diamond top forming right now in the 1 hour. Aren't descending wedges bullish? No, they're not. Descending wedge is not bullish. Everything is indicating to bearish. Everything. We have a diamond top. We have a head and shoulders. We have a descending wedge. We have a descending channel. Everything is pushing downward. Amplified, thank you for the 5 roses. Appreciate it. Okay? There is absolutely nothing saying that we're moving up right now other than this possible inverted head and shoulders that could be forming right now. This could be, but that means it would come down again, which it will, but I think this is breaking structure. I don't use indicators like the MACD. That's why my price points are so accurate. I mean, we can use indicators if you want, but I think that they can be helpful for beginners, but I don't use them. And that's why I've been hitting the price points every single day, accurate to the cent, guys. Do I hold anything long term? Yeah, stable coins. Stable coins are an APY. And they're supposed to take that away. We can use indicators. I generally don't use them. Here's your EMA lines, I guess. Okay. EMA says we're coming back down to 195. Yeah. We're cooked. We've already dropped below. Everything is indicating downward movement. I don't know what the FOMO is all about. Like, I really just don't get it. And I blame social media. I blame social media. I blame these influencers and social media pundits. They're the problem, okay? And I'm not here to lie to them like they are here to lie to you. I'm here to show you what it's doing, and I'm here to show you that right now, in the 1 hour, we got a diamond top. You blame the people for being gullible? Yeah. But the problem is gullible people who buy in on moon cheese, okay? I call it moon cheese because they think that we're going to the moon, but it's just the cheese that's connected to the rat trap. Is 195 goodbye? Hell no. You know what a good buy is? 50 cents. That's a good buy. Do you hold Ethereum or BTC? I only hold USDC. What's happening with China and tariffs? Nothing good. Nothing good. I think China's at 145%. So let's get on. Let's look at the news. Okay, time for some news. Ray DeLeo is worried Trump's tariff war could spark something worse than a recession. Billionaire Ray DeLeo says President Donald Trump's tariff war has helped push America closer to recession, or perhaps even something worse. Right now, we are at a decision-making point, very close to a recession. The founder of Bridgewater Associates, one of the world's largest hedge funds, told NBC Meet the Press on Sunday, and I am worried about something worse than a recession if it isn't handled well. You know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about World War III. I'm kidding about the 50 cents. I think it's going to go more to like 75 cents or $1, but that's going to take time to get there. These things don't happen overnight. But I think we're going to, I think what they're hinting towards is for worse than a depression is they're hinting for depression. But I think the real sentiment is that we are on the brink of World War III, okay? This is a Cold War that is happening right now. Oh, yeah, we're already in it. We're just waiting for the hot war is what I'm talking about. Talking about a hot war. This trade war is what you see right before, World War III. Didn't expect you to catch that. I'm kidding about 50 cents, okay? Yeah, there's going to be entry points along the way down, but, any bull cycle is going to tell you that, we're looking for that return back to the median. Okay? Most people are in denial. You should be in fear. We're headed towards capitulation. Okay? After capitulation is despair, where it drops even lower. That's where we could see 20 cents, 50 cents. Okay? And then head back up to like 75 cents. So if you think me saying 50 cents is crazy, look at the pattern. Okay? This is what always happens. Yeah, you buy at the bottom down here, guys. Those of you who are trying to buy right here, just stop. Oh, yeah, we're not there. Where do you think we are? We're definitely here. We had a takeoff. We had the first sell-off. We had media attention. We had enthusiasm. We had the public. People are greedy. People are delusional. People are saying it's the new paradigm. Everything's going to change. They're in denial. We have had a bull trap. We had the return to normal, and people are starting to get fearful because of tariffs. Where the hell do you think we are? You think we're in the bear trap? You've lost your fucking mind. Excuse my French, but god damn. Wake the fuck up. Every single one of these things has happened, okay? All the way to fear. We are literally headed for capitulation. And you're all fucking greedy, delusional, denial people who think that we're returning to normal and that it's a new paradigm. Every single fucking one of you. God, wake the fuck up. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little upset, but like, how delusional are you? I know it's okay to be wrong. Sorry, I lost my temper here, but y'all Wake up, man. Every single one of these, the takeoff, the first sell off, the bear trap, the media attention, the enthusiasm, the public, the greed, the delusion, the new paradigm, the denial, the return to normal, the bull trap, and the fear are all in everyone's mind right now. I know you listen to me, Guinea. Don't worry. This is for the people on TikTok that are freaking nonsense. Henry, thank you very much for the 10 GGs. Appreciate you. Guys, literally everyone is being greedy, being delusional, thinks that we're in a new paradigm, that everything is shifting, and they're afraid to be out of the market. They're in denial. They think that we're about to return to normal. You know, we've had bull trap after bull trap after bull trap. And people are now fearful because of tariffs and World War III and the trade war and everything, losing their 401k. We are in fear, guys. We've been in fear. And I've been telling you guys for months now that we are in fear. And now I'm telling you right now, we're headed towards capitulation. So I'm not going to tell you whether or not to sell all of it. What I'm telling you is to wake up and smell the moon cheese. You guys have to decide to do what you want to do. But I'm telling you right now, I already fucking sold my shit. Got the goat pissed off. Yeah. You pissed off the goat. And now I'm bucking. All right? Y'all chill out. Okay? Everyone is FOMOing to get in right now at 213, 215. And nothing is indicating upward movement. It's all social media. Stop being exit liquidity. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate that. Yeah, don't trust Twitter. Turn off the freaking news. And get your money out of the freaking market, guys. And figure out a better way to hedge your bets. Or your money, anyway. I'm back. Do you still get gifts from TikTok? I do. I get gifts from TikTok. So if you guys want to send gifts, you can also send gifts on Twitch. They're called bits. There's like a little diamond that looks like Ethereum at the bottom. You can click that. Dollar cost averaging. Okay, y'all been watching too much Calvin Hill. Dollar cost averaging is for, first of all, like day trading, okay? Not long-term holding. Second of all, it's not for buying up here. Dollar cost averaging is for down here. Okay? For buying up these zones. This dude sold at the bottom is Mad Night? No, dude. I bought up here and I sold up here. Literally the two ghost eyes is where I sold. And I'm out of the market. It's so crazy. A week ago when we were dropping, y'all were like, everyone was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. And now it's fucking a day later and you guys are back on the freaking crazy train? I'm not going to look at TikTok. Do you think Donald Trump turns is so fooling us? Yeah, they're fooling us. Definitely. Why do you think he created the Donald Trump coin right before he got in office and did all that? People literally thought that they were going to use his meme coin as the US's new digital currency. And he knew people would do that. I'm definitely a liberal. Yeah. Listen to me. Okay. You guys don't know anything about me. You all make these crazy assumptions about who I am. Okay. You think that I just want to sit on the beach and drink Bud Light. Okay. You don't know. All I am is a guy that's trying to tell you the truth. Alt season is coming. No, we're in alt season. We just had the nastiest drop last week, and you want it to capitulate more? Yeah, I want it to go back to the bottom so I can buy in down here, guys. Duh. Who wants to buy up here? Even with ETFs, guys. Bitcoin dominance, none of that matters anymore because the liquidity is spread out. Oz is the goat of all goats, people. Hell yeah. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate that. Why are people so in denial? Because it's part of the emotional phase of the crypto space. You know, it's so funny to me. Last week, everybody was like looking at my charts and saying, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we're totally going down. And then now it's a week later, they've already forgotten. They've already forgotten, and they think that it's going crazy. They forgot that quickly. Gino, thank you for the 2 roses. Maybe you'll be too late. Nah. Maybe I'll be too smart. I literally called this drop over a month ago. I've literally called the price points every single day. Every single day. If you're a subscriber, Gino, thank you for the corn. If you're a subscriber, I'm posting daily price points and I'm accurate every single day to the cent. To the cent, guys. Poway Rock says, been very accurate. Raiden says, sold all my XRP, put it in USDC. Yeah, and Weston says, that's the truth. Every single day, guys, I'm telling you exactly where the market is going. And I'm telling you what it's going to do in the next month. Haven't been wrong yet since I started the show. Haven't been wrong since before that either. It's so easy. It's so easy. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm just saying I've been right. I've been right. And what I'm telling you right now is we are in a diamond top. Yeah, use your head, guys. Seriously. If I feel like the sentiment is changing, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong, and I will change the sentiment and I will jump into the market. I'm not saying I'm never wrong. I'm just saying I haven't been wrong. Everybody that watches my show has seen me call every move to the cent, guys. And I would have called the price point at 160, 161, but we'd make adjustments of 1 or 2 cents to make sure that those price points hit. Yeah, if you guys want to lose your money, I really don't care. I know, Henry. I know. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. I'm just trying to wake people up, guys. Trying to wake you guys up and help you out. And you guys want to come in here and call me a clown or whatever. It's fine. I really don't care. The goat has left the building. Yeah. If you guys don't want to listen to reason, you're not gonna. You're never gonna listen. And you're gonna keep watching guys like Calvin Hill. And Calvin Hill literally said that we were going to $7,000 on April 9th. What happened to that? What's up, Saketh? If you were wrong on something in the future, I've seen enough accurate to the sent information that it wouldn't lose any faith in you. Thank you. And, you know, that's the thing is, this is averaging, guys, okay? The idea is to be 80% or better, 70% or better correct, and then the average is in your favor. But I tend to be more correct than that because I use my own system, okay? And let me tell you something. The way you become profitable as a trader, you need two things, okay? Two things to be a good trader, guys. Listen up, pay attention, okay? You only need two things to be a successful trader. One is a system that is 70 to 80% accurate, that works for you. Once you have your system in place, the only other thing you have to do is get your emotions under control and stick to the system. That's it. That's all you have to do. You need a system and you need to master your emotions. Oz has been 100% right since I started following him. Thank you, Rambo. And, you know, part of it is intuition, but also, you know, whatever your emotions, for me personally, whatever my emotions tell me to do, I do the opposite. You know, that's how I master my emotions. If I feel like I should be fearful to buy in, that's when I want to buy in. If I feel like I need to FOMO and hurry up and get in, that's when I stay out of it. So no pay attention. I freaking hate Calvin for this arrogance. Calvin's favorite word, pay attention to his lies. Exactly. Y'all need to listen up. Pay attention. I'm going to learn you something right now. Pay attention. Y'all are stupid. Give me your money. Forget the haters. Where can I follow your price points? So when you become a deluxe subscriber, you get to message me directly, and you get access to the daily price point videos that I post. I post these price points every single day. If I skip a day, that's because nothing's changed. Everything's the same. Hey, don't talk about Calvin like that. I'm doing the same thing with that Calvin does with his ebook. What am I doing? Yeah, just hit the subscribe button and click the deluxe subscription, and you can message me directly. It's the little star at the bottom, guys. There's a little star with a circle around it. You click that button and click subscribe. And with the deluxe subscription, you can message me directly and get those daily price point videos. And you can ask me questions. I can help coach you. But I will not be answering questions on Saturdays and Sundays anymore. It's like $10. It's $9.99 for the deluxe subscription. It definitely it pays for itself. Everyone that has that subscription has already paid for it by using the price points. Yes, it's every month. And the reason why it's not free, guys, okay, is it's a lot of work, okay? I'm literally reading the charts every day. I'm making the videos every day and posting them. I'm answering hundreds, sometimes thousands of questions every day that are paragraphs long, okay? I'm building a studio here. I've invested over $15,000 into the studio. So yeah, like I'm trying to break even at least. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Exactly. I'm trying to at least make it affordable, because it's not really about, you know, gouging people for money. It's about helping, because people have literally offered me, they're like, how much? They're like, I'll give you 500 or $1,000 a month. Give me your phone number and be on call. And I'm not trying to do that. I need to have time for my life. 15 racks for a studio is bananas. Well, it's being built from literally pouring the concrete to building the walls, putting the roof on, soundproofing, double insulation. One Way Out, thank you for the subscription. So yeah, I'm literally building a studio from the ground up. Like I went out into the yard and yanked out all the bushes and cleared the land so that they could pour the footings and do everything. I've invested way more into this studio and doing this show than I'm getting out, at least anytime soon. But I see potential. I see potential to help people, and I see potential for a good show here. I see that we can build something. Roger, thank you for subscribing. Don't talk to the Tom Brady of the crypto world like that. That's why I don't DM a lot. I don't want to clog up the DMs even more. I do appreciate that. So if you are DMing me, there's a few of you that I chat with, and that's because you are helping me with some of the studio building. You know who you are. But yeah, it literally thousands of messages flow in. There's a lot of people that think that because they follow me on TikTok that they're subscribed and that they get to message me. So on top of that, I have to cross reference all the new messages to make sure that they've subscribed on top of it. It's nuts. Guys, get the subscription. Oz has answered my questions and never left me hanging. I'm sure he is swamped and always answers me. My questions are probably dumb questions, and I'm very green to this, and he takes time to help me and answer with patience. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And I don't think any of your questions are dumb. And those of you who message me with your life story, I love that. Okay. I love hearing where you come from and what your situation is, because everyone is unique. You guys tug at my heartstrings. Okay. You tug at my heartstrings and you keep me going, because some days I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this, but I do it anyway. Okay. I do it anyway. And because you guys send me that inspiration, I keep going. Oh yeah, we're still going down, Heather. Henry, you got to become a subscriber if you want me to go over a different project, and you got to come over to Twitch. So if you guys want me to look at your other projects, you got to be a subscriber and you got to be on Twitch, because we will not be on TikTok live forever. Okay. We will still be using TikTok for the daily price points and for the daily coaching and subscriptions, but we will be using Twitch for the live show. Oh, you're on Twitch? Perfect. All right. So you want to do link? I got you, bro. But you got to subscribe. By the way, I like Link, okay? Calvin Hill highly recommends Link, guys. But as of right now, Heather, this is for you. Heather, are you still there? In the 1 hour, we have a diamond top right now. Diamond top. I ask questions too, and I always get an answer. Yes. So yeah, Heather, in the short term, in the 1 hour, we have a diamond top that could send us into a head and shoulders pattern, which would basically break us out of the inverted head and shoulders pattern and keep us in the descending channel. Is Link a coin? I think it's more or less like a protocol or an oracle. Can you subscribe on Twitch? Yes. So the Twitch subscription is for the ads. So when you subscribe on Twitch, you don't have to see ads. And the subscribe on TikTok is so that you can get the daily price points. I know it's kind of like I'm doubling you guys up, but I have a whole staff I have to pay here, guys. I have a journalist and fact checker here that works on site. I have the stage crew building the stage and the set and the studio. I have an IT guy that runs all of the, social media platforms and different things. So it's a lot of work. I'm working my ass off, guys. I'm doing like 10 hours a day, or excuse me, 20 hours a day. Henry, thank you for subscribing. I got you. I want to subscribe, but I'm not experienced with this. Would you have patience and tell me what? Yeah, so all you got to do is down in the bottom left, there's a star with a circle around it. You're going to click that, and then you're going to scroll down and click Deluxe Subscription. 3 months. Oh, thank you, Henry. I appreciate it. Let's look at Link for Henry. Let's look at Link. Chainlink. What would you like to know about Link? Oh, you didn't request Link? Who requested Link? Well, you guys get a freebie. Yeah. Link looks like it's on its way down to the end, and it may, come down and do something like this and come back up. That's what's left for Link. Mantra's dead. Mantra's dead. Stay away from Mantra. And remember, guys, when you do donate, that goes directly to paying the staff here, guys. And Friday, 50% of all donations went to Save a Warrior. So we donated 50% of all those donations to the Save a Warrior Fund, guys. Does part of the subscription on Twitch go to you? Yeah, it's just like I think I get like 50%. I get more of my revenue from Twitch than I do from TikTok. TikTok takes like, I only make like 40%. And then on top of it, they hit me with like, I don't want to say the B word, but they give me like demerits or like detention. And I get in trouble for things I don't even do. And because of that, they take more. And now they're going to be taking subscriptions. Yeah, TikTok takes basically everything. They literally get me in trouble for things I don't do on purpose. I appeal them, and then they still don't grant me my appeal just so that they can take my money. And that's why we're leaving TikTok. And we will be going to Twitch. Okay? So that's why we're on 2 platforms. All right, more news. Let's take a moment to watch some news. Oh, wait, we can't do that. They'll yell at us.
As Carl said, perhaps a tariff reprieve, at least for some electronics. Let's go to the White House, of course, because it is not as it all would appear. And Megan, perhaps you can explain to us what may be yet to come when it comes to these potential exemptions getting rolled back.
Yes, there's a lot to unpack here, David. So the tariff exemptions that the White House had repeatedly vowed would not be coming, of course, showed up this weekend. A handful of consumer goods, mostly technology, as you guys said, and as you can see on your screen here, all now exempt from the 125% so-called reciprocal tariff on imports from China. They are, though, still subject to the 20% tariff imposed over fentanyl concerns earlier in the term. But administration officials have spent 2 days now essentially saying not to read too much into these exemptions. Here's Kevin Hassett talking to reporters this morning.
Pretty much everything's going to be covered. The question is which law applies. And so if it's something that has a national security effect on things, so if we buy it from some other country, then we might be unprepared in time of war. If they were to turn off that thing, then that's going to be in a 232 bucket. But then we've got the reciprocal bucket, which is kind of most everything else.
So Hassett and other officials are doing a few things here. They are first trying to knock down any criticism that the president is backing down in his tariff fight by carving out these items. They're also highlighting that 20% tariff still applies, and they are emphasizing that more tariffs on these goods may still be coming. Remember, guys, we've talked about this, but certain goods were always excluded from the reciprocal tariffs. Copper,
more
lumber,
tariffs are coming.
And pharmaceuticals all on that list because the White House has long been looking at imposing national security tariffs under what's known as Section 232 on those items. Phones and computers were not initially on that list, but a White House official just this morning told me that they could now be lumped into the semiconductor investigation because phones and computers, of course, are downstream users of chips. Guys?
All right, Megan. So, yeah, do we have any sense as to where we stand then on phones or on servers or laptops, for example? And here the
phones come from Taiwan, which are they're based out of China, but there shouldn't be a problem with phones.
Questions as to what the ultimate tariffs will be on their products.
Absolutely. We're mostly in a holding pattern, a wait and see. When I spoke to this official, the sense that I got is that the White House is not looking at a separate investigation on those items. They would have to, for example, launch an investigation saying that iPhones are a threat to national security and then imposing tariffs specifically on iPhones or smartphones more broadly. That does not seem to be in the cards at this point. But what they are saying is that this broader 232 investigation, as it's called,
buckle up because we're getting more tariffs,
could ultimately lump in some users of semiconductors, and that could include smartphones and laptops and other things that semiconductors are put into. It's not definite yet, but that's possible that that's an impact of that study. I'll also caution, though, that we're still a few steps away from this. The White House and the Commerce Department specifically will have to formally launch an investigation, notify Congress, likely have a public comment period, and then rule that they are imposing tariffs. So we're still a few steps away from that. But I will say I am told that even though the president has not signed an executive order formally launching that investigation yet, that the Commerce Department informally has sort of started the groundwork. So they could move quite quickly once that EO is signed.
Megan, I'm curious how we square some of these national security studies with the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, which the administration has used to unleash that blanket 10% tariff. How are those two things different? Is there overlap? How do we think about the authority here?
That's a great question. The main thing to know is that IEEPA, the International Economic Emergency Powers Act, as you just said, that had, before this term, never been used to impose tariffs before. So this is something different. The Section 232, as it's known, National Security Investigation, the reason that they would go through this process, and as I just said, it's several steps and it takes a lot longer, the reason they would do that is because this administration believes that would set these tariffs more in stone. The IEEPA tariffs potentially could be negotiated away, they can be legally challenged, they could be removed by the next president quite easily. They believe that going through Section 232 gives them more permanence. That's why they would go that route.
Interesting. Megan, thank you so much. Megan Casella there.
Fargo is your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo.
Oh, come on.
Fargo lets you do this.
Fargo.
So yeah, the tariffs are going to suffocate us. Yeah. And I think it's one of those deals where it's like Trump is the husband driving the car, arguing with his wife, screaming at the top of his lungs that I will crash this car into a tree, so help me God. That's what's going on right now. Okay? He's headed full speed towards a giant oak tree right now in the car. So the question is it's a game of chicken. Who is going to chicken out first? I don't think it's going to be Donald Trump. So buckle up, guys. It's going to get rough, okay? Make sure you're wearing your seatbelt and the airbag is ready to deploy, guys, and you brace for impact. Will we hit the tree? Who knows? He may swerve at the last second. But that's pretty much where we're at, guys. Pretty much. So if you think that we're going to the moon and that tariffs are over, it's all been paused, you've been lied to. Oh, it's definitely intentional. It's called the race to the bottom, guys. Why do you think China is okay with the tariffs? They're just going to print more money. China's like, oh, we got a problem. We'll just print more money. And what they're doing is they're creating an existential economic crisis so that way they can transfer into this new banking institution. Guys, get ready. We are about to drop. It's coming. It is coming. I say give it another hour or two. When's XRP dropping to 150? That could take days, weeks. It could take time. You know, it depends. You know, we would have to get tariff news to waterfall like this, or it happens slowly. But eventually, I think we will see those numbers. I'm all set and ready to buy. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. And, you know, even if we are racing to the bottom, there's still money to be made on the way down, because when it drops hard, like here and here, it price corrects. It always does. They always, look, they pump fake news. They pump fake news to get it back up. So there's always money to be made on the way down. Okay, guys? But you shouldn't be FOMOing into a $2 price point just to hit 220. It's risky. Yeah, I mean, buy more at 250. Or at 150. That's cool. But what I'm trying to tell you is that we're going much, much lower. So if you're dollar cost averaging all your way to the bottom, you're doing it wrong. Okay? Dollar cost averaging is for prices down here at the bottom. Okay? DCA is not for up here. Okay? Unless you're day trading and you're pulling all your profits out once it peaks. That's the only way it works. We will move all the way down to like the $1 zone, maybe even lower, and then we'll pump up again, but it's not going past $2 to $2.80. That'll be it. I have a large bag of trying to sell and rebuy below $1 would be a dream. You'll get below $1, trust me. Just be patient. Stop trying to hold your $3 bag all the way to the bottom and dollar cost average all the way to the dollar, or all the way to the bottom, because it's going to be a long time before it hits $3 again. What chart am I looking at? This is XRP. Mind you guys, let's look at, I think it's the 1 month. Look at this. Let's get rid of our ghost. Look at the 1 month is still a head and shoulders, baby. And yeah, we're up right now, but this was a red candle all the way down here, and the month is not closed. It is highly likely that this will close a big red candle here. Let's see, what's today's date? The 14th? Yeah, we've still got 2 more weeks, baby. This is a head and shoulders. Look at, there's your body, there's your shoulder, here's your head. All right, we are looking at a big red candle for right here. And if that changes, great. If that changes and this ends up being bullish, I could see us hitting $5. But as of right now, that is not the case. So keep that in mind, guys. What are your thoughts on ISO 222? Mid-July is the estimated date. ISO got pushed back to November 22nd. ISO has been pushed back to November 22nd. Yes, it will pump XRP, but it won't be the new paradigm. It won't be the change of everything that we know it. Okay? ISO 222 really has nothing to do with crypto. Just people think it does. If you want to talk about other projects, you got to become a subscriber. Yeah, ISO really has nothing to do with crypto. It's just there are some currencies that are ISO compliant. That does not mean that they're switching over to using the ISO means that they're switching over to cryptocurrency for everything. That does not mean that at all. ISO 222 is just the language that the computer speaks in the financial system. That is it. And so there are some coins that are compliant with that language. That is all. I have them that they punched in March. They pumped in March to July. You have what? What pumped in March to July? March 10th to July 14th. What are you talking about, Henry? Oh, they pushed? Yeah. So it was supposed to be March. Okay. Mind you, ISO 222, that compliance was put into effect in 2020, guys. And the deadline was supposed to be March of 2025. They pushed it back to July. Okay. And now they've pushed it back to November 22nd. The Fed website says July now. What I read is November 22nd is the deadline. Their plan is to start using ISO by July, but the deadline is November 22nd. So, yes, the Fed is saying that they want people to be compliant by July. However, the deadline is November 22nd. Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Share the show with your friends. If you are watching on TikTok, don't forget we are on Twitch. Eventually, we will only be going live on Twitch, guys. So if you want a better quality show and you want better video and audio, jump on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. Come check it out on Twitch. You're going to enjoy the show much, much better. How's everybody doing on the Twitch side? It's a little quiet over here. It's not pushed back to that date. Let me look that up. China is not either. They are prepared to stand on their own. According to my research, it's November 22nd. Here it is. AI says November 22nd, 2025 marks the end of the coexistence period for MT messaging types and MX messaging exchanges. Messages in the ISO 222 standard for cross-border payments. Says Swift, after this date, Swift will stop processing MT messages and all cross-border payments in instructions between financial institutions and must be in the MX format. This transition aims to modernize payment processes and provide a more structured and data-rich exchange of payment information. Yeah, it's scheduled to be. That's what I said. So they want it to be in July, but the deadline is November 22nd. They've had since 2020 to be on point with this, and they keep pushing it back. I don't see them doing it before the deadline. There may be some that go ISO before, but it's really not going to be in effect till the 22nd. '22nd is the deadline for ISO. Yeah, it's a messaging service. It does nothing. Well, and that's the show on TikTok, I guess. TikTok is gone. We are gone on TikTok, guys. No more TikTok for you. TikTok just shut us down. And this is why we're on Twitch, guys, because TikTok can shut down at any moment on us. So it's a good thing you're all here. Let's get into the news. Hopefully people move over. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he warns of a heightened uncertainty from U.S. tariff policy. He is the basically governor of China. Tokyo by Reuters. Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo Yuda said on Monday, global and domestic economic uncertainty has increased sharply due to U.S. tariff policy. U.S. tariffs will likely put downward pressure on global and Japanese economies through various channels. The BOJ of Guide Monetary Policy appropriately from the standpoint of sustainability, achieving its 2% inflation target while scrutinizing economic, price, and financial developments without any precautions, Yuda said. But that's basically it. So the Bank of Japan is, they're worried about tariffs too. Okay. The entire global market is affected by tariffs. And if you know anything about crypto, it is a global market, guys. It is a global market. But yeah, that's why we want to be here on Twitch, guys, because TikTok is very uncertain. It can be gone at any moment, just like now. So it's important for us to make sure that we're over here just in case for some reason TikTok does go away. We have a backup. With the ISO, will that affect XLM in pump or go down? I mean, ISO will affect everything that's ISO compliant in a good way. So XLM is ISO compliant. It will pump. Everything that's ISO compliant, when the ISO switch gets flipped, ISO coins are going to pump like crazy, and then they're going to find out that they're all just exit liquidity. They should have bought a long time ago or waited, and it'll pump. It'll be something, and then it'll come back down because ISO is irrelevant to cryptocurrency at this point in time. It will be relevant at one point because they're ISO compliant coins, but as of right now, it makes no difference. So it booted me, so I gotta make my little diamond top here again. Let's see if this is gonna play out. It's so dumb. I'm like, yeah, we have a diamond top in the 1 hour. And they're like, oh, Mega said that first. I'm like, Mega never said anything about a diamond top in the 1 hour. Just because Mega does not own the diamond top coin, okay? Mega said diamond top in the 1 day chart, okay? So there's our diamond top in the 1 hour. Okay. And as you can see, it looks like we're getting towards the bottom here, and we should be breaking through this soon. Very, very soon. I feel bad for all the people who are on TikTok that are just wondering what happened. XRP's legal cliffhanger. Will Ripple drop a bombshell before April 16th? The courtroom drama between Ripple and the SEC might be approaching a shocking finale, and the crypto world is bracing for impact. Okay, mind you, they signed a 60-day continuance. Okay, so that means that they haven't come to any conclusion. Nothing has been settled. Everything is still up in the air. They can say whatever they want. Doesn't mean it's true. Until I see it in black and white, that's what it is. Okay? It's all speculation until it is what it is. Okay? And the only thing that's in black and white is that there is a 60-day continuance on the case. So that means 60 days from what, like 5 days ago. So 55 something days before the case is even brought back in court. And that doesn't even mean it'll be settled then. According to attorney Fred Rispoli, a prominent voice tracking the case, something big is guaranteed to happen on or before April 16th. No, it won't be before because they already signed 60 days. So it has to be within 60 days, which would be April 16th. Whether it's a major filing or a bombshell settlement, this could be the move that ends one of crypto's longest legal battles. Okay, I guess if they filed some type of paperwork, some type of evidence or something, then that would. Hello, Polly Boys. Are you from TikTok? If you're from TikTok, you got to shout out what your name is on TikTok so I know who you are. When's the 1 hour diamond top supposed to happen? How much do you think the price will fall? Polly Boys, who are you on TikTok? You're Juan. Oh, what's up, Juan? How's it going? And JT12211, who are you on TikTok? Just so you know, diamond pattern is breaking right now. It's happening right now. Okay? It is going down right now. It should be breaking within the hour. And then obviously it will take time for it to move down. But diamond top is breaking now. You're a new follower. Well, welcome, J1221. Or JT. I'll just call you JT if you don't mind. Glad to have you. You would be our first new follower from Twitch. We switched over from TikTok to Twitch, and we're on Twitch now because the banning on TikTok is so crazy. We get banned constantly, so we had to find a safe haven for the show. Glad to have you. And yes, I am Oz the Crypto Goat. I can't do the goat anymore. I used to baw like the goat thing, but ever since I got strep throat, I haven't been able to do it since. My throat's still healing. But yeah, guys, we are in a diamond top as of right now. And don't forget, guys, if you want to support the show, we don't really make any money doing this show. I'm building a new studio. I've got about $15,000 invested. So if you want to donate to the show, you can click the Steam elements there, or you can send directly to Cash App or Venmo. Any support is much appreciated. So we are a new show here on Twitch, so we don't really make much. Should I sell now and buy back when the diamond top happens? That's a good question. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I will show you this, and then you can make that decision for yourself. So understand that this pattern right here is also a diamond top. Okay, it's also a head and shoulders. It's also a descending wedge, but more, I'm leaning towards more of the descending wedge, but all of them are very bearish patterns. And basically this is where we're at. We're in this descending channel as well. Something like that. So more than likely, we came up here, we touched the top of our resistance line, and now we've formed a diamond top, and we're going to be headed back down, which means we'll probably hit somewhere around 150. What's up, Spider-Man? So what are we dropping to once the diamond breaks? At first, it's going to be somewhere around like $2.05 to $2. The next support is like 250 or 150. 150 in the major scale of things. So we should break down. We could hit 160 and double bottom and come back up. But if we hold true to this channel, I would say probably 150. And for a more accurate, I would say 155 to 152. That's going to be the price points right there, baby. 155 to 152. You heard it here first. That's going to be the sweet spot. But if it does break lower, 146. 146 to 149. And I mean, if it blows past that, it would take like some crazy tariffs. We'd be looking at like 130, or like 140 all the way down to 125. Back up to what? Probably like $2. So we would drop down and then come back up to 2, and then 2 would be our top. And it would be major resistance from there. And if we don't break out at $2 and we continue in this channel, we will break down quickly. It will just start moving down, and there won't be any. It won't be like what you thought. It'll probably just start really breaking down. So yeah, 155-ish, 150-ish, back up to $2-ish. It could hit 205, but probably $2. And I think it will push over $2. It'll hit that 202, 207, 205 to 207, 208. And then come back down again. That's if it holds this pattern, guys. If. So if something happens and that changes, then, you know, I'll post all that. But it's 5 o'clock. I guess that's it for the show, guys. Thank you all for joining. And thank you all for your support and your donations. So please donate. We're not receiving any revenue right now from TikTok. I'm actually getting negative amounts from TikTok right now. They're taking my subscription money, so we are leaving TikTok. I actually owe TikTok money now. It's ridiculous. So if you guys want to support the show, keep it going. You can click the Steam Elements in your chat. That's going to be this one right here. Steam Elements, or you can send to the Cash App or to the Venmo directly. And that goes to help pay the staff, guys. Because I do have a journalist, fact checker, that goes through all the news and everything for me. And I do have an IT guy. And then I have the crew that is building the new studio. So I've invested about $15,000 into this venture. So any donations are much appreciated. Have a good day, guys.